Good morning. So for today's discussion, we'll just continue the discussion about the interest, maturity, future, and present values in compound interest. So last topic natin ay about sa simple interest. So with this, we will deal into compound interest and the different compound interest involved in it, such as present value and maturity value. For us to begin, we will consider the lesson on the previous topic, which is essential in obtaining success in this lesson. Compound interest is not like a simple interest wherein only the principal is considered in the computation. This type of interest considers the principal and the accumulated past interest. The frequency of conversion, nominal rate, and rate of interest for each conversion period will also play an important role in this lesson. So in our previous lesson, the maturity value is computed using the formula F is equal to simple interest plus the principal interest, where F is the future value and I sub S is the simple interest and P is the present value or the principal. And to find the principal or present value, given the interest and the maturity value, we have the formula P is equal to the principal or future value minus the simple interest. So, yun yung formula. Let us take the following example. Given 35,000 is the principal amount and then the simple interest is 4,000, find the future value. So, ang future value, ang formula lang yan ay F is equal to the principal amount plus the simple interest. So, we have the principal amount here which is 35,000 and then the simple interest. So, adding these two will give us the future value equal to 39,500. So, that's the final answer. In example number 2, we have the future value equals 50,000 and the principal amount equals 45,000. This time, we'll look for the simple interest. Now, for us to find for the simple interest, since we have this future value and the principal amount, the formula is just to subtract. So, simple interest is equal to the future value minus the principal amount. So, this is the future value minus the principal amount and their difference is the simple interest. So, that's it. In number 3, we have given is the simple interest and the future value. This time, we will look for the principal amount. So, the formula for that will be P is equal to the future value minus the simple interest. And their difference will be the principal amount. So, 23,000 minus the simple interest, the principal value is 21,000 pesos. So, that's how we will solve for simple interest, the future value, and the principal. So now, we will now proceed to finding for the future value and the compound interest. Note that Michael used, okay, so for us to find for the compound interest, which is compounded annually, the formula to find the maturity value is so this one. Since we are talking about future value for the compound interest. So our formula will be future value is equal to the principal times 1 plus r raised to t, wherein f is the maturity value, p is the principal or present value, r is still interest rate, and t is equal to term or time in years. To find for the compound interest, use the formula. So, this is the compound interest. Compound interest is the future value minus the principal amount or present value, where I sub C is the compound interest. When we say I sub S is the simple interest, while the I sub C is compound interest. Tandaan yan. P is still the principal or present value, and F is the maturity value or what we say future value. To find for the present value or principal of the maturity value F due in T years, the formulas are as follows. So principal is equal to F over 1 plus R raised to T. This is just derived from this given formula. Yun. So since P ang hinahanap coming from this, so we will just, from here, you'll have P times 1 plus R raised to T. Since our aim is to find for the principal amount, we will just divide both sides by 1 plus R raised to T. 1 plus R raised to T. And this is 1. So P is equal to, ito na yung nandito sa baba. P is equal to F over 1 plus R raised to T, or yung 1 plus R raised to T nilagay sa numerator. So, by negative exponent rule, kapag ka nasa baba and nilipat mo sa numerator, yung sign of the exponent will just be reversed. So, from positive, dahil umakyat siya sa numerator, it is now negative T. It doesn't affect to the final answer kahit na ganyan yung formula. So let's have the first example. Given that the principal amount is 18,000 and the rate is 3% compounded annually for 3 years, find the maturity value and the compound interest. So first, we will use the future value formula. F is equal to P times 1 plus R raised to T. Since you have this given, substitute the given to the formula. So we have 18,000 times 1, constant ang 1, plus the rate is 0.03 raised to 3. So the future value after performing the operations given in step 2 will be 20,215 pesos and 45 centavos. What we're asked to find is the maturity value. So we now have the first answer. This is the maturity value. Apply the formula of compound interest since the second one is to find for the compound interest. Ang compound interest natin formula is the future value minus the principal amount. So substituting the principal, the future value is 20,215 pesos and 45 cents minus the principal amount, which is 18,500. So the compound interest is 1,715 pesos and 45 cents. This will be the final answer. For step number 2, sample number 2, given that the future value is 15,000, the rate is 2%, compounded annually for 4 years. So, lahat na yung sample natin ay compounded annually for 4. Annually. This time, it's 4 years. Kanina, compounded annually for 3 years. find the present value. So, ang present value, yung nakuha nating formula kanina, derive natin para makuha natin ang present value. At ito yung formula. Since alam na natin ang formula, let us now substitute the given to the formula. 15,000 over 1 plus 0.02 raised to 4. Kasi t is 4. And this one is 0.02 in decimal. Performing the operation, it will give us 13,857 pesos and 68 centavos. So, ganun lang humanap ng future value, principal amount, tsaka compound interest if it is compounded annually. So, we will just apply this given formula if it is compounded annually. Ito yung mga formula. Ito, isa, dalawa, tapos yung isa pa dito kanina, tatlo. These are the formula to be used when the given compound interest is compounded annually. Why am I saying that? Because there are given that are compounding more than once a year. So in this example, the interests are compounded annually. Yung example natin kanina. However, there are cases that interests are compounded more than once a year. So in this case, additional terms must be clarified such as we have the frequency of conversion, yung M yun. We have the conversion or interest period, time between successive conversions of interest. We also have the total number of conversion periods represented by N. So N is equal to MT. Ang M ay frequency of conversion, tapos yung T, syempre, time in years. We also have nominal rate. Nominal rate is I raised to M, annual rate of interest or interest per year. And J, rate of interest for each conversion period, wherein it is J is equal to I raised to M over M. Annual rate of interest over conversion, over frequency of conversion. So, let us study this given. Kapag compounded more than once a year. Situation, 2% compounded annually for 3 years. Kapag compounded annually, meaning ang M mo ay 1. Kasi isang beses annually. Ang N mo, sabi dito, ang N ay MT. So, ang M natin ay 1. Tapos, ang T natin ay 3. So, ang N natin na N is equal to MT will be 1 times 3. N is equal to 3. Tandaan yan. N is equal to MT equals 3. And N is equal to MT is equal to 1 times 3 is equal to 3. Ito naman, I is equal to I raised to M. Our M is 1. So this is, I raised to M is the annual rate of interest or interest per year. So this is just, so our rate is 2%. So I raised to 1 or I is equal to 0.02. And then we now have J. Ang J ay I raised to M over M. We know that I raised to M is 0.02 over M, which is 1. So, ang J natin ay 0.02. Importanteng malaman muna itong mga parts na to kasi sa formula para ilalagay na lang natin siya or isa-substitute na lang natin siya. So, when we say compounded semi-annually, yung isang taon dinivide sa dalawa. So, dalawang beses siya tutubo sa isang taon. So, 2 ang M mo. Ang N mo ngayon ay N is equal to MT, 2 times 3 equals 6. Ang I mo, since ang M mo na ngayon ay 2, I raised to 2, still 0.02. And then, I raised to 2 over 2. because it is semi-annually. So, 0.02 divided by 2 is 0.01. 2% compounded quarterly. Quarterly, ibig sabihin yung isang taon, dinivide sa 4 kasi quarterly. So, M is 4. Ang N mo ngayon ay MT 4 times 3. Take note na ang T natin ay 3 years palagi. So, 4 times 3, 12. Ang I raised to 4 is equal to 0.02 pa rin because always naman 2%. This time, 0.02 divided by 4. So, this is now 0.005. 2% compounded monthly. So, ilan bang months meron sa isang buong taon? So, there are 12. So, M is equal to 12. Ang N mo, MT, 12 times 3, 36. So, I raised to 12 is still 0.02. This time, ang divisor na natin ay 12. So, 0.02 divided by 12, 0.0016. Next is compounded daily. Daily, how many days in 1 year? So, 365. So, ang MT mo, 365 times 3 is 1,095. Still, I raised to 365 is 0.02. This time, 0.02 divided by 365. At kung i-divide mo yan, 0.02 divided by 365, napakahaba. Kaya pala hindi niya nasinulat yung value kasi masyado nang maliit. So, this can be considered. Pwede na to kasi 0.0004 apat na 0 pa, tapos 5, ganun ang magiging value. So, masyado nang malayo, masyadong maliit. Kaya, hindi na niya binago yung itong given na to. Since the rate for each conversion period is represented by J, then in T years, interest is compounded MT times. Thus, the formula of maturity value for interest compounding M times a year is F is equal to P times 1 plus J raised to N. Ang F maturity value, ang P present value, ang J ay yung conversion period natin na I raised to M over M, tapos ang N ay MT. Natandaan to. Kaya tayo na ganito sa table para makuha muna natin yung value ni J at saka ni M para nagsasubstitute na lang tayo. Meanwhile, from this given formula, we will just derive the given to find the principal value or present value to get the formula. So ito, i-divide lang natin ng 1 plus J raised to N at ito na yung makukuha natin yung present or principal value. Let us take this example. Given that P is equal to 50,000, I raised to 4 is equal to 0.03. M is equal to 4, so compounded quarterly to. T is equal to 4. Find F and compound interest. So, babalikan natin ang formula ng compound interest ng future value when it compound quarterly. So, dito natin kukuhanin sa pangalawang formula natin. Kasi compounded quarterly siya kasi M is equal to 4. So, we'll be using this formula and now solve for N and J muna. Ang N natin ay MT. So, ang N mo ay 4, ang T mo ay 4, so ang N ay 16. Ang J mo, 0.03 over M, o over 4. So, this is J. So, after that, since meron ka ng N at saka J, meron ka din P, meron ka din 1, constant naman yan. So, we will just substitute it to the given formula. Substitute ka lang dyan. So, F is equal to 50,000 times 1 plus 0.075 raised to 16. Ang unang mong ipa-plug in sa calculator ay ito muna. So, magiging 1.0075 tapos raised to 16. Mas maigi kung ang gagamitin mo ay scientific calculator. So, 1.0075 raised to 16, yan ay 1.126992114. Wala ka nang gagawin. Kung hindi, idiretso mo nang i-multiply yan sa 50,000. Hindi ka magra-round off. So, the value or the future value is 56,345 and 61 centavo. So, yan. Yan ang future value. And of course, we will look for the compound interest. Again, ang compound interest ay yung tinubo lang ng pera. So, since we have the formula, the value of the future value and the principal amount, magma-minus lang tayo. So, compound interest is equal to future value minus the principal amount. So, subtracting these two will just give us 6,349 pesos and 61 centavo. So, ganun siya. Example number 4, given that 45,000 is the future value, base dito sa example niya, this is the future value, this is the F, and then I squared is 0.02, M is equal to 2. So, since M is equal to 2, this is compounded semi-annually. Semi-annually to. Semi-annually. And T is 4. Find for the compound interest. So, bago natin makuha ang compound interest, since alam natin na ang formula nito, compound interest is future value minus principal amount. E di, hanapin muna natin ang principal amount or present value. So, let's solve for N and J first. N is empty, so 2 times 4, N is 8. Ang J ay I squared over M, so 0.02 divided by 2 will have 0.01. We will now substitute the given to the formula. So 45,000 over 1 plus 0.01 raised to 8. Ang una mo ulit gawin dito ay 1 plus 0.01 raised to 8. So kung magka-calculate ka, 1 plus 0.01, so 1.01 yun, raised to 8. Ayan. So, meron akong sagot dito na 1.082856706. So, without doing anything, I will just divide it by 245,000. So, gagawin ko sa calculator ko, 45,000 divided by the answer. So, ang sagot ko ay 41,556.75. Ang nasa calculator ay 745. So, lagi tayong magra-round off into the nearest centavo. So, principal amount is 41,556 pesos and 75 centavo. From there, pwede na nating isolve ang compound interest from its formula, future value minus principal amount. So, ang nakuha nating sagot after nating subtracting 41,556 and 75 centavo from 45,000, compound interest is 3,443 and 25 cents. So, ganyan. So, you will answer this activity 2.1, copy and answer. Activity 2.2, copy and answer them. And activity 2.3 and activity 2.4. Sa Saturday ko, ibibigay ang answer para ma-checkan niyo yung sarili niyong mga sagot. And then after nyan, I will be posting to our G class yung ating assessment test. So yan ang lesson natin, lesson number 2 for our week number 2. Kung may tanong kayo, just simply direct message me. Okay? That's for now. Goodbye, class.